My name is Ben Renz. I've been in the industry for 13 plus years, and I'm here unaffiliated with any companies. Fun fact though, I've been to all 50 states.
Vidur, born in DC. What did you write there? Born in DC, security engineer at Gong. Gong's a Israeli startup and stuff, but coming here to talk to you about our past experiences when we used to work together at Fortune 5 SOC. Fun fact, I love sneakers. Only brought one pair with me, but
Surprisingly.
I know, right? Usually have a check-in.
All right. So why this topic? Obviously, you could be listening to John Strand right now talk about announcements, but we appreciate you guys coming for our talk. So, because I know this is not the easiest talk to have, I guess. And then two, a lot of the topics we're going to talk about have already been kind of in a few of the talks that we've seen already. So our goal in this talk, though, is simple. We wish to share our experiences. Both of us worked in a Fortune 5 SOC and came out the other end somehow. Now, if you've worked in a SOC, you know you get a lot thrown at you. We feel we can help you focus on what matters most while you were there, and we can help cut through some of the trial and error. We edited that one. This can help your career growth, point you in the right direction so you have a successful growth in your career, and help navigate other caveats of security. We're going to be talking about myths and burnout prevention as well in here. So, all right, so we'll go with the first topic.
All right. Just wanted to say that all day.
Yeah.
But no. So one of the things that I realized working in a Fortune 5 SOC was how you talk to your manager, interact with your manager, right? For me, didn't have the best experience. And I realized there was a lot in there that I kind of learned along the way and hated, liked, whatever you want to call it. But the first one, always take notes, establish an agenda. So what I mean by that is don't meet to meet, because a lot of people do that. They're like, hey, I'm having one-on-ones with my manager once a week and stuff. And it's like, what are you talking about? And they're just like, oh, we're just talking about my life things. And it's like, not really going anywhere. So establish an agenda, have what you want to talk about and things like that out there every week, and don't meet to meet, in truth. Next one, everyone asks, how do I ask about a promotion or level up, right? There's ways to phrase that. Don't obviously go in and be like, hey, I'm going to leave in a year, give me a promotion. Not going to work, but you can phrase it in a certain way to say, hey, how can I get to that point? And how can you help me get to that point, right? Those are kind of the healthy conversations you should be having. And if someone can't have that right with you, probably time to leave. But again, share the same vibe. My manager's back there. She's actually staring at me and eyeing me down. But share the same vibe. I mean, vibe with your manager. Again, if it's not a fit, it's not a fit. You don't need to force it. Like, you don't owe them anything.
All right. Another big piece is finding and following your passion. A lot of people come into cybersecurity and they go like, I want to be red team. This stuff is sexy. This stuff is great. Which in truth, not everyone will get a red team job. I'll be honest with you. And in truth, sometimes it's really hard to get into a red team job. And then when you do, all it is writing reports, right? But basically what you should be doing is try everything, right? If you're a beginner in cybersecurity, try and find everything, test everything out, and then find what really ticks your brain. What makes you think about things? What makes you go like, I love this. I want to dig further into this. And in truth, your passion into whatever you're doing will show in your job performance and things. If you really want to get into deeper and you're just amazing at deeper, like your boss will be like, this guy knows what he's doing. He works hard at it and he does a great job. So it's real easy, you just trying to pick out your passions. I know a lot of people will say like, there's a cookie cutter way I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. Don't worry about that. Follow your passion. It will translate. I'm telling you. The other big piece is work-life balance. Knowing when to say no. Don't work those extra hours if it's not going to mean anything to you. Like I said, sometimes if it's passion involved to you, you're like, hey, I want to work 5 extra hours on this deeper project. And, because there was an event and everything, but I'm really excited about it. That's different than your boss coming to you and saying like, yo, hey, we need someone to work on the weekends. You'll be rewarded for it. Let me tell you, that never turns out positive. So
So I'm gonna ask a question. How many people have more than two certs in this room? Nice. Um, it's cool. Doesn't mean shit. I'm sorry. Only takes you so far, right? It gets you past that initial check, but it doesn't. Experience speaks for itself, right? People always are asking us, "Hey, how do I get into cybersecurity?" Or right there, should I get the Sec Plus? Or I have the Sec Plus. Do I apply to this spot and stuff? And it's like, sure, but what's your experience, right? Can you actually do the work? Can you actually translate what you learned onto the actual analysis or the actual paperwork, right? That's where a lot of people fail. Um, Again, don't start your life. Um, Invest in your passion, right? It is expensive, but what I mean by that is if you have an employer that's willing to invest in your passion, stay there. Because that's someone that wants to see you improve, and your SOC and people around you are only going to grow as they learn. So just keep that in mind. And then how to stay relevant. So it's a tough one. There's different ways. I think there's truly a lot out there that's free. In truth, I don't have any fancy certs. I have the one listed on there. That's how I got into security. Um, Staying relevant, read. There's like Substacks. There's a lot of resources that help you read and then try stuff, right? Set up your home lab. Like find your interest and stay with it. And there's no harm in saying, hey, I'm kind of tired of SOC, right? Let me see what DFER's up to and move over. Like you can start from scratch again. There's no shame in that.
Yeah. And one last point to that slide. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about any of your slides, but then you make sure you're selling yourself, not just your certs. Next big piece is building a security community. I will say, Leslie mentioned this in her keynote yesterday. Getting a job, a lot of those jobs are easily made with a buddy. A buddy will be in a thing and he'll say, hey, we got a job opening. I know you're worth it. Bring them in. So making friends, making a community is great. Sometimes also, though, you have to make a community outside your company. So I do notice a lot of people fall into that trap too, where they're like, this is just my buddy. We just work at the same company and we're the tight squad here. Although in some cases, when y'all leave, then you have seeds in all these other companies, right? How to make friends? I mean, that's always a tricky question. But go up, say hi to everybody. Say, hey, cool shirt. Anything like that. Social hours, always take advantage of those. I know sometimes that can be, maybe it's not your forte, but you're going to find people who, if there's people getting ragged drunk out there on the dance floor or whatever, there's going to be people sitting in the corner. Those are the ones maybe to talk to. Yep, I'm one of those. I get ragged drunk in the corner. Conferences like Wild West Hackin Fest. These are great conferences. This one especially, this is a smaller conference. I've been coming here since they started. I love it. Also gone to DEF CON. DEF CON, you can find niches everywhere. You just find the village you want to be in. You just stick around. There's a lot of cool stuff to do there. And then using other tools like Discord, Slack, all those things. There's communities all over the board. In truth, there's a lot on the Discord channels here, right? And being active on these, I know it can be tough. Oh, every once in a while I look at my phone, I go like, Jesus, 1,000 messages? What the hell's going on? But just stick with it, And like I said, the more people you make, the more people you know along the different spectrums and stuff like that, because you meet hiring managers, meet people like that, and they're like, I need to build a team. Like an example for me, I mean, the company I currently work for, even though I'm unaffiliated, we have we're in I think all 50 states, and we're looking for like 5 different security or not security people, IT people across all the states. So that's pretty crazy.
So yeah, that's basically me on a given Friday, Saturday, Monday, Thursday. I don't know. But really, don't take it too seriously. It's just a job. Some people say, hey, this is my life. Don't be that person. Take time. Take time to go travel, do whatever you want, right? Understand that if you let it, it will consume your life. There was a point in time, right, when I first started at the SOC, right, where I was putting in probably 95 hours a week. And I was like, or over 2 weeks, sorry. And I was like, how the fuck am I doing that, right? And you realize that doesn't mean anything, right? Putting time in isn't going to get you that next level up. It's not going to get you where you want to be. It's being smart about it. Work smart, not harder. Memes. I love memes. If you couldn't tell, this whole presentation was filled with them. This me talking here is a meme in itself, but like you said, have a community and have people around you that you can honestly laugh about, right? Like I laugh at Mary all the time with him in our own little Discord all the time. Probably do it right after this because she wasn't paying a single attention. And then mental health days, right? She actually taught me that. Never took a mental health day. Didn't believe in it for the longest time. And then she actually forces me to take a day once a quarter, or more. Actually 5, right? Lacking, yeah. But yeah, it helps decompressing, being around people, not thinking about work, not working, because like I said, it does consume your life. And yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. Don't know what you meant by that, but
Teamwork makes the dream work.
there you go.
Now, I guess I could talk about that a little bit more. Sometimes when you're digging through shit, it's helpful to have a teammate, right? Work with somebody. So teamwork does make the dream work. And you kind of work through things together. You go like, am I going crazy? He's working 95 hours a week. It's like, am I going crazy by myself? Whatever. Close. But yeah, am I going crazy by myself? And you have somebody else telling you, no, you're not crazy. This is stupid. What are we doing? So you can work together and get through the crap kind of together. And then afterwards, go kick back a few beers. I guess one thing I was thinking, since we have a few extra minutes, I could talk about some positives of actually working in a Fortune 5 SOC. Because that's one thing we never really talked about was actually working in the Fortune 5 SOC. They love to give you training, take full advantage of it if you ever find yourself in that type of situation. They love to give you opportunity to do different things. Make sure don't sign up for all of them. That's what we did. And we ended up being in charge of all of them. And they labeled them as guilds, which was great. And then we were guild masters. So
How many guilds were you in?
I think it was in all of them, 45. So, and they were for every like tool. They're like, who's the Agari guild leader? Me. Who does defer? Me. Yeah. So
you guys not got problems with the Gari talking to me?
don't talk to me. I hate Agari. Never mind. I take that back. I love Agari.
Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Can you tell us what the day-to-day looked like when you were in the Fortune 500?
Day to day. The one positive, they hired tons of people. So there was, so you didn't feel bad about leaving work behind, right? Because there's always somebody else to pick up the work. It was a 24/7 SOC, and we were across the globe. The hard part was normally the people who picked it up, the overnighters, put in less effort than the daytime people, I would say. Mostly probably because they were tired. It's late at night. And then, but yeah, day to day, you walk in, you log in, grab your first coffee, chat with a few people, say what the hell happened last night, and then fix all the messes from last night, and then you start working tickets. And the tickets come from, so the company we work for had 500,000 people. The tickets come from everywhere. You're getting phishing tickets, you're getting, like I mentioned, Agari tickets, you're getting somebody tried to click on a link ticket, you got somebody downloaded something ticket, you got an endpoint triggered, and now that PC is locked up ticket. And then constantly war rooms, like constantly, because our CERT team doesn't know how to define a war room. So it's constantly like, hey, can you guys hop on this call? Sure, let's hop on this call. And it's like, what is this about? Oh, so-and-so got an email. Why is there a war room for this? Just delete the stupid thing. And then, yeah, and then the soup part about war rooms, there's a lot of paperwork in war rooms. So you have to write up all the paperwork of, okay, what did you guys talk in there? Well, I told them they're idiots, but it's okay. Yeah, that was most of the day. And then after 5, you go out and you had drinks because you're like, Jesus Christ, this is my life. So it's great. Go work in a Fortune 5 company. Yes.
Due to the size of the company, I'm guessing there would be a lot of tickets, alerts. How did you guys tune that? How did you make your life easy?
Yeah.
Like automate something that was mundane, boring.
So when I started in the SOC, yes, it was mundane and crappy. And then we proposed to my boss at the time, hey, how do we automate some of this? So I got together a developer group, and we actually created kind of an apparatus around our SIM that started automating half the tickets. So what we were doing, it used to automate 30,000 tickets a week, and I think we got over 60,000 tickets in a week. So So yeah. So that's what we did. I was just kind of like, this is stupid. Why are we working the same freaking alert? And it was literally the same alert would show up. So we created a product to just do that. And then we were trying to get it patented, and then I left the company. So there's a question over here.
You talk about like doing like social hours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What about your families at home, and do you ever do anything that involves your...
Yeah, I don't like my family, so I don't hang out with my family. No, I'm kidding. I do hang out with my family, mostly for holidays. But I mean, you can bring them out too. Honestly, I live with my brother at home, and literally every time I go out, I said, "You want to come along? I don't care. Let's do it." And he's like, "I don't know what to talk about with those guys." I'm like, "It doesn't matter. Talk about other stuff. Throw them off their game. Let's see how it goes." So I don't know. Yeah. And then it's also just kind of like just creating the social hours. And you don't have to go out and like drink, right? That's just apparently my favorite pastime. You can go out, play board games, card games. I do know, like, I actually have like a big group of people who love to play Catan. So we play Catan all the time.
He sucks at it, but
Beat him every time. So that's why he's bitter. I also beat him in golf every time. He has to know that. Any other questions? Yeah.
Late on the talk, but how big was the team, and was it 24/7?
Yes, we were 24/7, follow the sun, and there was about 36 of us.
in the U.S.
Was it just U.S.? Oh,
We had another, I want to say 15 in India at the time, and then we were opening up another office in the Philippines. But yeah, it was interesting because we had so many people, but it was like, hey, dude, what are you doing? And there's like 7 people probably working all the alerts and doing the bulk of it. So yeah.
I'll say like I said, the overnight, when we give it to the offshore teams, it would basically, we come in and go like, hey, we had these tickets. Like, yeah, that was right when you started. Yeah, I didn't do anything with it because I wanted to ask you what to do. Okay, we'll just leave it. I'll take care of it. So, any question?
Yeah, how much of your job overlaps with your hobbies? You go home and are you into stuff after hours?
Oh gosh, that is a tough question, right? Because sometimes you're almost like, you get home and you're like, I don't want to stare at a computer anymore. So, I mean, I don't know. I started picking up like outdoor hobbies and things just to like, I don't know. I've got a huge lawn, so I mow it. That takes a while. And I rake it. That takes a while too. I would call that a hobby because it takes most of my other time outside of work. Otherwise, I don't know. You know, I reading a ton of like security books. I'm always reading articles. You're always like on it, right? And that's the hard part. You're not detached from your phone at all, right? So you're just kind of like, what's my Twitter feed saying? X feed saying, or Mastodon. I don't have Mastodon, to be honest, but I try to stay out of those. But yeah. Any other questions?
So
Yeah.
are you all both in the SOC still, or you're gone?
No, we both left. I left, and then it made it miserable for him, so he left 6 months later.
What do you do now, if you don't mind asking? Are you guys engineers, or are you just
Well, I'm
consulting?
unaffiliated with my company, but I'm CISO for my current company. So
Very good.
And then I'm a security engineer for a startup, so I do a lot of like cloud stuff. Yeah.
make your plug for your company.
I'm like 5 years, so I'm like done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, yeah, we no longer work there. They call us all the time though, and they're like, "Can you come back? When are you coming back?" I'm not kidding. Every year they call us. It's been It's been like 2 years now, and they're like, "Hey, we got a job for you." We're like, "No, not really."
They're always hiring, so if you want to.
Well, that would mean we have to tell them what company it is. So you'll find it. It's Fortune 5. It's out there. There's only 5 companies. It's in healthcare.
Oh God.
So there's only 2 of those up there.
And there's only one now.
Oh, really? Oh, crap. Then I give it away. Okay. Well, I think we kind of blew over our time, but appreciate everybody listening and coming to our talk. Thank you.